how you started and able to scale your property business in 3 years to be able to acquire 60 properties within this short period of time. So really tell us a bit about yourself and how you got started.
All right. So basically, I came to Scotland in 2017, and it was a new country for me. I never been in the UK before. I'm originally from Slovakia. I have been living in other countries, in Denmark before, and also in New Zealand, but Scotland and generally UK was very new for me. So the first thing I started to do when I came here was cleaning. I started to build a cleaning business, doing the job myself and getting to know the properties from the cleaning viewpoint.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't know, I had no idea that I will end up selling deals to investors. But anyway, so for the first 2 years, I've been building a cleaning business. And I got to the point where we had about 20 employees with about 120 clients, regular clients. We were doing domestic cleanings and commercial cleanings, nurseries, offices, and stuff like that. So I established myself well in Edinburgh, and I guess people who come from Eastern Europe, you know, these kind of jobs are probably the first jobs that we take: cleaning, painting, decorating, construction work. So that's where really there is always possibilities to get some work. So that's how I started. And then the pandemic came in, and just before the pandemic, I was thinking, okay, the business is running well. The cleaning business was kind of all right, but I was thinking for a long future, maybe that kind of business is not really what I want to do long term, because it's very depending on employees. It's very depending on a lot of factors that have to sit in. So I was very stressed. Every Sunday, I remember it was difficult because I was stressed to go Monday morning to the work to handle all that, the issues that we had. So I ended up selling the cleaning business. I sold the cleaning business. And just before I did that, I started to look into deal sourcing, and I went for some training. And very slowly, since July 2019, I became a full-time deal sourcer. So, you know, there are several trainings and lots of quality trainers where you can learn about properties. And I kind of knew that property is the thing I want to do for a long-term future, but I had no idea what exactly can I actually do in the property area, because, you know, there are a lot of options. You can be a letting agent, you can be an estate agent, you can, if you have some cash in your pocket, or you have some investors, you can start your own projects, buying and refurbishing properties. So I went for a training, and I took quite a bit of time until I decided what I really want to do. And in September 2019, I have opened Focus Sourcing Ltd. And since then, I'm full-time. This is the only activity I do full-time for living. Okay. It hasn't been easy, to be honest. When I was first at the training with lots of other people, we were like 1,500 people in the room. And the trainer was talking about deal sourcing, and he was explaining that you can find the property deal, analyze it, and then find an investor, and he will pay you a fee for taking the property on. It was a little bit unrealistic for me. I thought it's maybe too good to be true. But once I decided, I had to do it, because I said to everyone that I'm going to do deal sourcing, so I couldn't back off, and somehow I pushed myself from start to get where we are today. So that's kind of my story.
Wow, fantastic to actually sharing that with us, because obviously it's all about educating yourself, taking yourself to the next level, and then obviously surrounding yourself with successful people who are doing what you're doing, or who are doing better than what you intend to do. So, but then why property? Why did you decide to go into property?
Well, let me think. I remember the time when I had the cleaning business, and I was walking in Edinburgh one Saturday night with a friend, and he was already in a property, and he had very good connections with other landlords and property owners. And he was telling me, you see that building there, that's $500,000. You see the other one is 250,000. If we would buy 2 of those, renovate them and sell, you could make so much income that you make in 1 year in your business.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, I really have no idea, or I really have no background with properties, but it just was very interesting for me, because property is a long-term journey. Like also investors, landlords who have portfolios, that's sometimes properties go from generation to a generation. So I really wanted to be someone who can do something long-term for many years, and not changing jobs and changing businesses all the time and trying something else. So that's why I decided to go or to do something in properties. And I used to have any other service companies in the past. I used to have a cleaning business, then a leaflet business, and delivery company for newspapers and so on. But it's not something that you would do 10, 20 years. Whereas with property, it definitely makes sense to keep it for long term. Either you buy a property, or even if you are an agent selling properties. So that's something always will be demanding for people on the market. So that is why I decided to do that. And also, if I look at my past and my background with the other businesses, I think I was always good with marketing and selling. And when I say selling, I mean helping the two parties to come to an agreement and then have a win-win situation. And that's what keeps me going even these days, because it's not the money itself. I mean, you can make better income with any corporate job, basically. So it's not the money, but whenever there is a win-win situation, when I can connect the two parties, make a sale, and see that they are both winning from my help, basically. So that keeps me going.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I went to deal sourcing, basically,
Brilliant. Thanks so much for actually sharing that journey with us. And now you're having multiple sources of income coming through by working with different core sources. Exactly. So what would you say to people, maybe people who came from Slovakia, or maybe someone who came from abroad, or someone actually born and bred in the UK here? What are you going to tell? What would you like to say to people like that who are thinking about starting their property investment journey, but they're not really sure whether it is the right thing to do?
Yeah. Also, Rahim, I just want to touch on the point that you said, properties itself, they are the basic of the economy. If you look at any transaction, if someone buys a property, look how much work you give to people. There are builders with the families who does the job, and you help them. They are agents with families, any other companies, the industries in the economy are mostly connected with property. So I consider it as a very valuable and very important thing in the economy. So I'm very, happy to be a part of it in whatever way I can.
Of course.
So I would say we work with several co-sourcers, with several other deal sourcers who are part-time, and they try to bring in deals for us. It's not easy, it's not an easy job, because you have to be able to find the deals, and then you have to be able to sell them to investors. Yeah. So it's definitely not easy. What I would advise is to make a decision and then stick with it for long term. Because yes, at the beginning, I also had another income. So it's not like I started and from day one, I was making a living with deal sourcing. It took 3 months before I sold my first property deal. And then still today, there are months when we don't sell any deal, but then there is another month when we sell 8 deals. Like in March, last month, we have sold eight property deals. So
wow,
that's quite good. But then February was 0. So it's a very hectic job. I mean, for anyone who like to start with deal sourcing, or even with any work coming to a different country, it's really a determination and going for it. Like, I would say yourself and also myself, we are not originally from the UK. Yeah. And if you ask me, my language is probably even not perfect, but once you are serious, when you are honest and you're trying to help others, I think that counts. And definitely there are options and there are chances. If you look around, there are so many trainers who teach property businesses, and many of them are quite good. There are places where you can learn, study, train yourself, get contacts, get into a network. So especially today when you have the internet and the freedom of social media and all the easy connections. So there are several ways how you can get your feet on ground within property. It doesn't have to be just deal sourcing. I think that would be my advice, to decide and go for it. It's not easy. You know, sometimes I think when things are really hard and we have the deals, but we don't sell them, or when we have investors chasing us for properties, but we just can't find the right deal because the market is changing all the time. Sometimes I'm thinking, is it that we are not giving up, or is it already in a level of being insane? Because normally you would just get a job, a safe, secure job, and then get your salary at the end of the month, and then that's it. But I take it more as a responsibility and a duty for our investors, because they count on us. They need these property deals, and also from the other side, there are sellers and homeowners who are struggling to sell the property, or who maybe don't want to market it openly on the open market for whatever personal reason. So I think our job as deal sourcers is really valuable, and we are needed on the market. So for that reason, we keep going, because it's needed.
If you've been thinking about investing in property, it's about time to take action now. Take action to actually invest in property. Do not wait to invest in property. Invest in properties and wait. As you know, property prices always goes up, and it generates passive income whilst you sleep, whilst you're on holiday, whilst you're on the phone, whilst you're doing anything. Those properties still make you money. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe to my channel for more of these amazing videos. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to sharing the next video. Thank you.